What's good, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it is not close. Our tip of the cap this morning goes to Mariners pitcher George Kirby. Last night, 24 straight pitches to start the game. First time since 1988 that's even been done. So well done, George. Now, let's quickly take a look at our ho-hum day. Yeah, we just lost some juice yesterday. So there, 4-3, and then on Early Edge and 5. That was actually a miracle push. By the way, the Angels and the Rays getting to over 7 in 11 innings. So we'll take it, but 3-2-1 day there as well. But I am pumped up for today because we got so many different sports. By the way, all the changes at the PGA Tour yesterday, I'm pumped. In less than 90 minutes, I will be live on ESPN Plus PGA Tour Live on the main channel with the Tour Championship. With that being said, let's bring in the stars of the show. Look who we got today, baby. Oh, first and foremost, live from Nashville, Tennessee, the Penthouse level. M Squared, good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everybody. Fired up to be here today because it's my favorite day of the week when we have day baseball. Beautiful weather across the country as well. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Also, we call him Johnny B. He's got the fresh haircut. He's ready to go. Johnny, good morning.
Morning, Coach. Yeah, still reeling a bit from the 2-2-out runs by the Diamondbacks last night to blow my under, but it's a new day. We're going to get after it today. As Mikey said, a lot of day baseball, so it's going to be fun.
I love it. All right, now, real quick, if you guys missed it yesterday, you can catch it on demand. Follow our YouTube page. Follow us on Apple. Follow us on Spotify. AB, Chip, Tom, and Micah with our Week 0 college football preview. It's in there right now. Turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss one single second of our content. So let's get into our storylines now. And when it's day baseball, when Mikey's here, there's only one thing that we're worried about, and that is the weather. You're up, Mikey.
All right, we'll start with the biggest boost of the day. St. Louis Cardinals, Chicago Cubs, plus 25% home run hitting and run scoring. Very low air density index, winds blowing out to Wrigley, day game. We all know the drill at this point there. Chicago White Sox, Baltimore, plus 10% across the board in that one. Cincinnati, Philly, plus 15%. Toronto, Boston, plus 15%. And Colorado, New York Mets, plus 15%. Kind of the theme there. All the games in the Northeast. Really nice hitting conditions tonight. See about a 15% boost across the board there.
Oh, I love the weather report. So does Dominic in the chat. He says, day baseball, would like to hear on my birthday. We got the weather report and Johnny B. Dominic, happy birthday to you, sir. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with us here at the Early Edge. Now, Johnny, we're now getting to the end of August. We're getting to the final month of the baseball season, which means we need to start looking at prices for teams in the playoffs. What do we got?
Exactly, Coach. It's almost September, so we're going to start looking at playoffs and these playoff futures. So a lot of good teams are making a push to the end of the season, and I've got a couple of subsequent possible plays for y'all. So the Blue Jays, when they get hot, they're one of the hottest teams in the league, obviously. They're almost impossible to beat. They're plus 650 to win the AL and plus 1,600 to win the World Series. I think that's a great bet just because of how hot they can get. The Astros are the current favorite to win the AL. They're the favorites for a reason. They're plus 160 to win the AL, plus 400 to win the World Series. They have a filthy pitching staff. I think the best pitching staff in the AL. They added Lance McCullers Jr. behind Framber Valdez and Justin Verlander. They have one of the best bullpens in the league as well, and that's also adding Trey Mancini and Christian Vasquez to that lineup. So I think they're by far the favorite to win the AL. We've got the Mets. They have the pitching to make it deep, but I think they really need that first-round bye because setting their pitching up will be massive. Also, the winner of the NL East would get to avoid the Dodgers in a DS game. They would only have to play them in order to get to the World Series. So I think that's massive. If the Mets win the division, you can let the Braves and Dodgers beat up on each other. We got the Cardinals. So obviously they have the story. Albert Pujols, Yadier Molina, Adam Wainwright, all on their way out. They have tons of pieces. They have the motivation. They're plus 1,100 to win the NL and plus 2,500 to win the World Series. I think there's great value there, especially with them winning their division right now. And then the last thing I wanted to get into is SportsLine World Series Sims. So we have value on 4 teams the SportsLine Sims do to win the World Series. Those teams are the Cardinals, the Braves, the Dodgers, and the Rays. Those are the only 4 teams that are SportsLine Sims has value on to win the World Series.
I'm glad you brought up the SportsLine synth because I was talking to the bosses yesterday. I said, you know what? I know right now we're giving people 30 days for $1 or $5, depending on where you sign up at. I wanted to take it a step further because I am so pumped about the early edge and where we're going. If you use the promo code EDGE right here and right now, it's not $1, it's not $5. It's going to be for free. $0 for the first 30 days. There has never been a better time. College football starting, NFL starting. You got baseball playoffs. You got Soccer World Cup coming up. You got it all. We want you to be a part of it here at SportsLine and the Early Edge. All right, let's get into our board for the day. But before we do that, you know we've grown so big, we got to pay those pesky little bills. Let's hear from one of our incredible partners. And we are back. All right, it's time for our board today. One play from SportsLine. And tonight, and why would the NFL do this to us? Packers and Chiefs in the preseason, really? Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes for maybe a series or two, really? But we did find a play that we like, the over 36. Now, you know, a couple of weeks ago, we gave you the narrative about the unders coming in 70% of the time in the preseason. Clearly, the coaches in the NFL, they didn't like that because they've been scoring and scoring and scoring. Both of these teams averaging 19 points at least so far in the preseason. We like this over at 36. Now, you guys know there's several things we like to do. We have branded a lot of things that we love so much because we love to have a good time. But this may be my favorite from day maybe 6. All right, M squared, you're up, baby. You know the drill, son. Oh, the Tour Championship starting in about 90 minutes. Are you kidding me? Day baseball, you're getting him to smile? You know it's a big day. So, give it to me.
Oh, man, you got me there. I started talking as the video playing. You got me muted, AB. All right, St. Louis Cardinals team total over 4.5, minus 110 on WinBet here this morning. Get it in as early as possible. I expect it to move. I expect it to close at 5.5 at plus 115 range. Really want the win condition with a 5th run. But we talked about the weather here. Air density index super low in this one. Significant weather boost, over 25% to home run hitting and run scoring. But I want to pick on Marcus Stroman just a little bit. He has some pretty glaring home and away splits. His number at home is significantly worse with a 342 weighted on base average at home compared to 257 on the road. He's allowing 2 home runs per 9 innings at home. The walks are up at home. And then finally, what I want to touch on here is Thursdays can be tough because they're a lot like Sundays where lineups become unpredictable. We have day games following night games, getaway days, etc. Paul Goldschmidt did not play last night. We can pretty reasonably project him to be in the lineup today, which is definitely of note when you have these kind of hitting conditions. Let's go St. Louis Cardinals team total over 4.5.
I love it when you say, I want to pick on, because that means we're going to meet at the pay window. That's a little translation for those of you who are brand spanking new. Now, that's our first play. But somebody in the chat, Johnny, said, did Johnny B get older with the new haircut? Oh, very interesting from Ernesto. But he also used a word in that sentence that I like a lot, and that is new. So, Johnny, just wait for a second because you're up next. Let's go.
Love it. Thanks, AB. So I got one play today. We're going to go with the Orioles on the money line. We're running it right back here against the White Sox. So Jordan Lyles is pitching for the Orioles. He's been much better at home this season, though. He's 4-2 with a 3.13 ERA. He also allowed 4 earned runs in 7 innings pitched against the White Sox earlier this season. Lance Lynn is 0-3 with a 6.39 ERA on the road this season. He also allowed 6 runs in 6.2 innings pitched against the Orioles earlier this season. The Orioles are now 11-7 at home since the All-Star break, while the White Sox are 6-9 on the road since the All-Star break. The Orioles also have the 10th best bullpen in the league since the All-Star break, and they didn't use any of their top arms yesterday. Dylan Tate, Felix Bautista, CNL Perez, and Joey Kribel. None of their 4 top arms pitched. Then you go to the other side, the White Sox bullpen. They're ranked 2nd worst in the league since the All-Star break, and they had their top relievers pitch yesterday, Kendall Graveman and Liam Hendricks, and both of them looked very susceptible. Kendall Graveman had the bases loaded, got out of it by a very good play by Yohan Moncada at third base, and then in the 9th inning, Liam Hendricks gave up a home run. So even if they do get in, if the White Sox have the lead, I like the Orioles here.
Yeah, I had him on the run line yesterday. That play by him just absolutely crushed me at that particular time. But guess what? We're not looking back. We're looking forward, and I like the Orioles today too. Remember, don't forget about the starting times of these games. It's a Thursday, and also be very careful because you know how crazy Thursdays can be. Now, I told you a few days ago, I told you that I was done betting baseball, and I still kept betting it. I'm telling you today, I am done betting baseball, but it's time to cash with the coach. Let's go. All right, we got 3 plays from round 1. If you watched the first cut on Tuesday, you've got my tournament matchups. If you watched the show on Wednesday, you've got my tournament matchups. But I want to cash some tickets today, don't you? I know the answer to that. So we got 3 big plays here. First one, Rory, -140 over Cam Smith. Now, in round 1 bets, the staggered start means nothing. This is only about today's score. Cam Smith, he missed last week with an injury. I'm not willing to bet that he's not a little bit still hurt. I'm not willing to bet that he doesn't have a little bit of rust on him. So that's why I'm going to bet against him, and he has to prove it to me. Plus, Rory has an incredible record going around East Lake. He's won the FedEx Cup here before, and I believe that he is motivated, especially with all the changes that we announced yesterday, to get the job done. But he's got to get out to a good start. Then, I love John Rahm. He finished last weekend in tremendous form. -125 over Sanjay M. Now, Sanjay, he's made it to the Tour Championship every single year of his PGA Tour career. But today is where it stops. I think Rahm will have a great first round. I think he potentially could be a live dog to come all the way back. Now, he's starting 7 back. But this is just about today. In my third and final play, a man who owns East Lake, a man who loves playing East Lake. And you know who I'm talking about. Xander Schauffele. -140 over Sam Burns. Now, Sam Burns has certainly elevated his game this year, but he is not where Xander or Patrick or any of these guys that have been around East Lake a bunch before. He just doesn't have a lot of experience here. So I think today's going to be a filling out process for him, while Xander knows this course inside and out. Remember, at the Tour Championship, it's big game hunting. Don't try to test things out. Go with the vets, go with the big dogs, and you will cash enough tickets by the end of the week. All right. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here's the recap. Courtesy of Dial-Up, our 5-tool player. M squares on the Cardinals, team total over 4.5. Remember, that's an afternoon game. Johnny B, Orioles money line +100. 3 round 1s for me. Rory McIlroy over Cam Smith. John Rahm over Sanjay M. And Xander over Sam Burns. 1 play from SportsLine today. We're going to go the over Packers Chiefs -110. AB, show your face.
What up?
What up, man? Now, I give you props the other day because for people who don't know, you are now full-time with us. We don't have to share you writing newsletters and doing all that sort of thing. And the thing I love about it is that now all the people in the chat, all the people on social media, if they have a question, you're our go-to. And I love you in that role.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have any question regarding the early edge, regarding shows, regarding SportsLine memberships, picks, anything, bring it to me. We'll handle it. I assure you we will get you taken care of. So, yeah, love it.
You're damn right. All right, what do we got today for the AB3?
Yep, so we got a couple plays here I think you're all going to like. I'll tell you what, let me pull this screen up. First up, we're going to go the Guardians team total over 3.5. Look, Cleveland's bats, they've been hot as of late, scoring 23 runs over their last 4 games. Seattle starting Marco Gonzalez on the mound. He's given up 15 total earned runs over his last 4 starts, an 8-12 record. Wolf, we are going to fade him for sure. Next, we're going to take the Mets team total over 4. A little juicy, but it's worth the squeeze on this one. All right. The Mets are coming in angry. They just dropped 2 to the Yankees. It's time to start winning with the Braves on their back. Mets are 77% straight up after a day off, 68% straight up as a favorite. Why do we care when we're playing a team total? That means that the team is winning and scoring runs. Lastly, we're going to take the Reds team total over 2.5. A little juicy as well, but I can't believe that it is this low. The Reds have scored 31 runs total over its last 5 games, including 11 the last 2 against the Phillies, who they're playing today. Philly starter Aaron Nola's given up 5 earned runs alone in his last start. Not to mention the Phillies are giving up 4.9 runs per game over its last 7. You know what? We don't have to get the Reds to win the game. We don't care. Just
We
get
don't
the 3
care.
runs, baby. We're good to go.
Don't go anywhere because we got to handle a little business. You know me. I'm a man of the people, and I love running this brand, but I am not going to allow somebody just to talk crazy in the chat without calling them out. Nigel says, we should be glad there's no soccer picks. Not this group's forte. They might be 500 at best. Well, people that say that are not SportsLine members because we have the 3 best that cash ticket after ticket, Brant, Guru, and Buckets. Nigel's probably the guy that bets on his own and says, oh, I used 1 pick, but I lost 4 and blames it all on us. You know that guy? You know that guy, AB?
Yeah.
That's who Nigel is.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nigel, look, we're going to give you one last chance of redemption in the chat because I'm going to tell you, those 3 guys that Coach just mentioned, way above my level. And I'm 71% against the spread in the MLS.
Right?
So, yeah, dude, our soccer picks are hidden.
Nigel, you can't just dip in one day and say, oh, I bet. No. We're here every single day. It's about the big play, the long play. Don't type that again because you're wrong. You're just
We'll give you
wrong.
redemption, Nigel. We'll give you redemption. You got one shot.
You got
One
one.
shot,
You
baby.
got one. By the way,
Hey,
Brock
great show,
said
bud.
that Brock said that you just got his dream job. That's what Brock said in the chat. He said you have his
Nice.
dream job. Yeah, very good.
Right. Well, I'll tell
Thank
you
you,
what,
AB.
if you go to paramount.com/jobs, we are hiring for more people. So go check that out, and I'll talk to you on that one too.
That is very, very true. We are expanding. Why are we expanding? I can't tell you that yet, but I've been telling you it for months. And I don't make idle teases, idle threats, idle promises. What we have coming for you in the next 4 to 6 months, we're so excited. That's all I can say. We're so excited. And it's way more than what we're doing right here. That's all I can say. All right. Now, I got to get to the Tour Championship. I got to get to ESPN Plus. I've got to go call the main feed. So that means this show needs to end. Not before we say there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Nigel, this is for you. Let's take all of these tickets, even the soccer picks on Twitter that Buckets already put out, straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Buckets in the chat. M Square, Johnny B with the fresh haircut. I think he looks 10 years younger. And AB on the 1s and the 2s and a broken microphone. I am the coach, and I'm pumped today. Tell all your friends. You want to be included. You want to be valued. You want to be educated and entertained. There is only one brand that you even need to worry about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.